Today is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. Welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video if it blesses you. All right, you guys. Did you know that I think the most practical books of wisdom is Proverbs and Ecclesiastes? Now, both books speak of all the books give wisdom. Some prophetic, some layman, some straightforward. But I think that these two are straightforward books that gives you instructions and directions, and if you do this, this happens. If you don't, so on and so forth. So let's take a look at some of the verses in each book. Go with me to Proverbs 3. This is the New King James Version. Now, I find a version that's kind of funny. They call it the slang version. It's called the Message Bible. I do find it to be more humorous, but truth. Now, it says, "My son, do not forget my law, but let your heart keep my commands. For length of days and long life and peace they will add to you." So kind of self-explanatory. It says, let your heart keep my commands. So don't just know the commandments, but work the commandments, do the commandments, live the commandments. So, don't be doers, don't be hearers of the word, but not doers of the word. And in this, when you do this, your length of days, and you receive a long life, and I will add peace. He says, let not mercy and truth forsake you. Bind them around your neck, write them on the tablet of your heart, and so find favor and high esteem in the sight of God and man. So let not mercy and truth forsake you. Let's go to the story of the parable. Let's see, the parable, not the parable of talents, but the parable of the sower. No, it's not that one either. It was in Matthew. All right, you guys. It's called the parable of the unforgiving debtor. This is why you want to continue to have mercy with others, okay? So that God will have mercy with you. Matthew, it says, therefore the kingdom of heaven can be compared to a king who decided to bring his accounts up to date with servants who had borrowed money from him. In the process, one of his debtors was brought in him who owed him millions of dollars. He couldn't pay, so his master ordered that he be sold, along with his wife, his children, and everything he owned, to pay the debt. But the man fell down before his master and begged him, please be patient with me and I will pay it all. Then his master was filled with pity for him and released and forgave his debt. That was mercy, you guys. But when the man left the king, he went to a fellow servant who owed him a few thousand of dollars. He grabbed him by the throat and demanded instant payment. His fellow servant fell down before him and begged for the same mercy. Same mercy, you guys. He said, be patient with me and I'll pay it, he pleaded. But his creditor wouldn't wait. He had the man arrested and put in prison. When some of the others saw this, they were very upset. They went and told the king. And guess what the angry king did? He sent the man who he had originally forgave to be tormented and tortured until he paid the entire debt. So Proverbs will tell you what to do, and it'll also give you more detail on why you want to do it. Okay? So continuing on with Proverbs 3. It says, Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Do not be wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. It will be health to your flesh and strength to your bones. Honor the Lord with your possessions, and with the first fruit of all your increase, so your barns will be filled with plenty. So when you honor the Lord with your possessions and with the first fruit of all your increase, he will in return give you plenty. It says, my son, do not despise the chastising of the Lord, nor detest his correction. For whom the Lord loves, he corrects. There's a difference between correction and the wrath and judgment of God. Okay? For whom the Lord loves, he corrects, just as a father the son in whom he delights. And you guys, those are just some of the verses in Proverbs. But as you go through the book of Proverbs, you'll find that it's pretty practical wisdom. If you do this, this is what happens. Even Ecclesiastes, let's go to chapter 5. It says, watch your step when you enter God's house. Enter to learn. That's far better than mindlessly offering a sacrifice, doing more harm than good. So what is it saying in this verse? That when you go to the house of God, church, the house of God, you're going to learn to observe the word of God, to know it, to understand it, and not just to pay tithes, give a sacrifice, be seen with a love offering. The Lord wants you. He wants you and the sacrifice, but he chooses you first to learn his ways, to know his ways, to understand him. It says, don't shoot off your mouth or speak before you think. Be quiet. Do not be too quick to tell God what you think he wants to hear, because he already knows the truth. God's in charge, not you. The less you speak, the better. Overwork makes for restless sleep. Overtalk shows you up as a fool. When you tell God you'll do something, do it now. Slow obedience is like disobedience. God takes no pleasure in foolish drive. Vow it, then do it. If you say it, do it. Or don't say it at all. It is far better not to vow in the first place than to vow and not pay up. Don't let your mouth make a total sinner of you. Lies. Don't let it get ahead of you where you talk yourself or say something that you know you don't really plan on doing. And if you do, you're not about to do it now. And the word of God says when you vow it, do it now. So when called to account, you won't get by with, sorry, I didn't mean it. Why risk provoking God to angry retaliation? But against all illusion and fantasy and empty talk, there's always this rock foundation. Fear God. So those are the two books that I found, practical wisdom. Now I have done this video like 2-3 times, you guys, so hopefully this one goes through. I've changed church clothes and put on regular clothes, and so I hope this video blessed you. Like it, subscribe to the channel, and share it. You can also sow a financial seed with the information below. Be blessed until next time.